you're back. I'm so glad. Thank you for joining me. I'm Bold Reviews Lady if you're new, and if you're not new, good to see you again. I mean, really, really good to see you again. I appreciate that you're back and that you didn't get scared off before by the weirdness that you might have found here on Talk to Them Review. Anyways, I am so excited about the video I want to share with you today, and it might be one of my longer ones. So let's start off with a dance. I'm excited about this video. I have a lot of stuff to share with you. Exercising my thighs and this. So the outfit I'm wearing today is actually in keeping with today's topic, but it's not till the very end. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about all my celebrity fragrances. I'm not really a celebrity fragrance person per se, but not too long ago, see, most of the fragrances I buy for my own pleasure. A lot of them are fragrances I used to sell in the 80s and 90s, and I want them again. I'm trying to collect all of those. So I'm not as much on a lot of the newer fragrances, but I recently purchased a batch of used fragrances from a private seller, and in that batch I got a lot of celebrity fragrances, and I'm really excited to try them because since I have a channel, I'm not necessarily just buying everything that for myself to like. I'm buying things to review too, and so it's fun to just like get some things that I not necessarily would have bought myself. But anyhow, I'm digressing because a lot of these I did buy for myself, but I just wanted to sort of put that in there. Okay, now I don't want this video to be too long. It's probably already going to be pretty long. So, and some of these fragrances I'm sure that you have not ever heard of, and that's what's really exciting for me. I know some of them will be like, okay, yeah, I know about that, but if you wait till the end, I've got a really special one, and that one I'm going to take a little bit extra time to go over. So, but the first one on my list, Elizabeth Taylor's Gardenia. This is really one of my very favorite fragrances now. I love this so much. This is my second bottle, and I think I'm going to have to spring for a third at some point. Oh my gosh, this is just to me the most Gardenia-y of Gardenia-y fragrances, and I haven't smelled them all, but like I said, I did used to work behind the counter, cosmetics and fragrance, and I smelled a few, and I was pretty impressed with this one. So it is Elizabeth Taylor, so it is a celebrity fragrance, so yeah, Elizabeth Taylor Gardenia. By the way, Elizabeth Taylor Gardenia came out in 2003. It's considered a floral. Its top notes are green leaves, lily of the valley. Its mid notes are gardenia, peony, and orchid, and the base notes are musk and carnation. Okay, moving on to the next one. Do you know this? Do you have this? Britney Spears, Curious. She's so curious. Come on, buddy. Oh. Ooh. This is a fresh, happy fragrance. I really like this. Came out in 2004. It's called Curious. Was the first fragrance that she collaborated with Coty on. The top notes, magnolia, pear, lotus. Middle notes, jasmine, tuberose, and cyclamen. Base notes, musk, vanilla, white woods, and sandalwood. It's a happy, youthful fragrance, and you know, it makes sense that this would have been created for Britney Spears fans who would have been, you know, young at the time. I mean, and still are, compared to me. You know, I'm not necessarily the person who would go buy this, but if I tried it and I liked it, I would buy it. But I got this from that private seller, and I'm really glad I did. I like it a lot. Okay, Britney Spears, Curious. Number 3. Okay, I know that you're not going to really have considered this to be a celebrity fragrance, but it really, really is. It is Dalissime from Salvador Dali. This is my first, and I really want to get more of the fragrances in the Dali line. This one is really unique. It's not my favorite. It was a blind buy, of course, but I mean, look at the bottle. I mean, who cares what's in it? This is like it's a piece of artwork in a bottle. I mean, really. And this is actually modeled after one of Dali's paintings called Christmas, and I think it was completed in 1946. But Salvador Dali and his wife Gala, they're a pretty interesting pair. I did actually do a video on this one, so if you want to check it out more in depth. But this one, it's really sensual. My husband likes this one. It came out in 1994. It's considered a floral fruity. Top notes are peach, apricot, pineapple, and plum. I do get that from this. I get a fruity smell, but it's like a, you know, dried fruit more so. It doesn't really smell fresh. It smells more like, you know, it's like, reminds me of like, it doesn't smell like alcohol, but it's like, it reminds me of brandy or something like that, you know, or sherry or something that smells really, there's fruit, but it's not fresh. It's like, you know, fermented, and fermented is not a happy word when you talk about fragrance, but I hope you know what I mean. It's like preserves, you know. Okay, came out in 1994. I did tell you it's a floral fruity. I think I did. The top notes, peach, apricot, pineapple, and plum. I already said that, didn't I? Because they do, okay, I get that. The middle notes are tagetes, which is marigold, jasmine, rose, narcissus, and lily of the valley. The base notes are vanilla, sandalwood, musk, lychee, amber, and tonka bean. Yeah. So this is really, I would say, you know, I wouldn't say this is a fruity floral. This smells like more chypre-y to me. You know? But, yeah. Really nice and a really fun path to go down in the fragrance world are Dalissime, are Salvador Dali fragrances. And Dalissime. So that was number 3. Number 4. My notes packet. Look at all this stuff I do. I can't keep my thoughts together otherwise. I can't pull up my pad and like, I know a lot of people are, oh, let's just draw it up. Oh yeah, I can't do 2 things at once like that. This is the best I could do. Okay, so number 4. Now this one is pretty special to me. This is what I used to sell in the 80s and 90s. I launched it when it first came out in a department store in Orange County in Southern California, and I was there, and it was the first fragrance, I believe, I never heard of anyone before this, that this person came out with. It is Elizabeth Taylor's Passion. This is my pure perfume oil I saved. Now, when I worked for them, I had the whole line because they gave it to you for free, you know, and it was more geared towards the older clientele. I think people who were familiar with Elizabeth Taylor. But this perfume bottle, it stayed true. I got this out of my storage unit like about a year ago. And this still smells great. It still smells just like it did, because it's probably because it's a pure perfume oil. Eau de toilettes don't necessarily, or eau de colognes don't necessarily have that kind of staying power, but this is a sensual, this always felt to me like grapes or currants, that kind of thing. And it's just a beautiful fragrance. And it really takes me back smelling this one. And you know, when this came out, I've told this story a couple times now on this channel, but did I do a full? I didn't do a full video on this one, did I? I think I did, actually. It's been a long time. I've done like so many videos, but anyways, I remember when I first sold this, there was an older woman walking through the department. And, you know, I asked her, I said, would you like to try Elizabeth Taylor's Passion, you know? And she gave me this dirty look, and she turned around and started storming off. But then before she got too far, she turned back around and said, she stole Eddie Fisher away from Debbie Reynolds. And I didn't know about that story. I didn't know that that had happened. All I know is, hey, Elizabeth Taylor, she came out with a perfume. Here you go, you know. But there are a lot of people who are pretty mad about that. But anyway, Elizabeth Taylor's passion. And since then, her company has come out with so many more fragrances. So I was really glad to be there for the launch. And you know, I have to find the picture. If I find the picture, I'll put it in this video. If not, I don't know. I have the 8x10 picture that they gave us to put on the counter of Elizabeth Taylor holding up Elizabeth Taylor's passion. And yeah, and so I'll share that with you if I can. Okay, if that's not provenance, I don't know what the heck is. This must have been from the launch of Elizabeth Taylor's passion. I just found it in my stuff with one of my Maryland books. It's in there. So now I can show it to you guys. It's pretty nice, eh?
Cool.
Thanks, honey. And I also saved promotional tablecloths that they didn't need anymore after the launch. And I saved those, but I couldn't find it when I went to my storage unit. But if I can, the next time I'm going to get it and I'm going to show you. Elizabeth Taylor's Passion! And that's considered an amber fragrance. It came out in 1988. The top notes are aldehydes, coriander, gardenia, artemisia, ylang ylang, and lily of the valley. Mid notes, spicy notes, sandalwood, honey, tuberose, patchouli, heliotrope, orris root, cedar, jasmine, and rose. And the base notes, vanille. Oh, wait. Yeah. No, sorry. Wrong. Base notes, incense, civet, leather, oak moss, sandalwood, musk, cedar, vanilla, and coconut. Okay, I don't want to forget to do that. Just trying to read that off to you. So yeah, Elizabeth Taylor's Passion. It's still around. I haven't tried the new version, but I bet it's still pretty good. They do a pretty good job. I know a lot of people complain about the new ones, they reek and whatever. Not this fragrance, but I mean in general. But I find that like most of the fragrances that they have reformulated, I've been pretty pleased with them. There's some different things, like for instance, gray flannel still smells the same, but the dry down is completely different, which was weird. Now the dry down is more irisy, whereas before it had a more mossy something in the dry down. It's still great, but okay, moving on. This is another cutie that I got from the private seller. I was really excited to try because I am a fan of this girl. It is Katy Perry Purr. This is a really happy smelling fragrance. It smells purple to me. Wonder where I got that idea. No, but it really does. It smells like juicy purple fruit. And very youthful, but not, I mean, really. An older person can wear this if they want to. Why not? I am. So, yeah, Katy Perry Purr. Now, quickly, what's the deal with this one? It's a floral fruity from 2010. Top notes, peach, red apple, gardenia, bamboo. Middle notes, jasmine, freesia, rose. Base notes, vanille, coconut, orchid, musk, amber, and sandalwood. This doesn't smell... What does this remind me of? This reminds me of a happy outdoor shopping in an outdoor open air market, or like when you're wearing a happy flirty sundress. I think it's more of a daytime fragrance and probably more of a spring summer fragrance, but I think you can wear it whenever you want to. I really like it. Katy Perry Purr. Okay, pretty sure you haven't heard of this one. Oh, I showed you. That's okay, you didn't even recognize the bottle. Okay, this one I got because I thought the bottle was cool and it was a good deal. I got it at like, I think TJ Maxx in the United States, and I just couldn't resist it. And I got it home and I discovered that the creator of it like the biggest star in Mexico. And I love Mexico, by the way. I love like Mexican culture. I'm lived most of my life in Southern California, and there's a lot of Mexican culture there, and I just love it. So I was delighted to find out that this person who created this fragrance is like the biggest female. She's like a big music star. Like she's also a producer, and she came out with all these fragrances that are that pay homage to her love of colorful gemstones. Anyhow, it's called Diamond Petals from Thalia Sodi. It's gorgeous. It's complex. At the top notes, I get citrus in the top notes. A lot of fresh citrus in the top notes. But in my experience with this one is when it dries down, this is like one of the most complex dry downs I've ever experienced. When it dries down, it becomes this beautiful, sweet incense. And it doesn't really smell at all, on me anyways, or even I spray it on fabric. It doesn't smell the same after a little while. But I just love this bottle. And she's got a lot of them. I don't know how many, like 7 or 8 that pay homage to different gemstones that she loves. And this one came out in 2019. It's considered a floral fruity. Top notes, guava, grapefruit. See, the grapefruit comes out for me. Cassis, mandarin orange probably comes out for me. Mid notes, freesia. Yeah, I get some freesia. Macaroons. I don't smell that. Magnolia, yes, magnolia, probably lily of the valley. Probably some lily of the valley, some rose, not really, maybe. Base notes, sandalwood, vanilla bean, coconut, and cedar. So to me, this actually, when it dries down, it smells like like this beautiful, sweet incense. And I love incense, but there's some incense I can't handle at all. But this is really gorgeous. So, and look at the bottle. I mean. So yeah, Diamond Petals by Thalia Sodi. Let's cleanse the palate with some coffee beans. Never unwelcome, that delicious smell of coffee beans. Next up, you know her, you love her, she needs no introduction, Paris Hilton. Beautiful. This is a really pretty, feminine, playful, flirty, floral, wait, okay. Where is it? Here it is. It's a floral fruity from 2005. Top notes, melon, apple, peach. I think I maybe get the melon. Mid notes, freesia, mimosa, jasmine, lily of the valley, lily, and tuberose. Maybe some tuberose. Sorry. No, not tuberose. Maybe some mimosa, freesia, ylang. But although I really like this fragrance, and I think this was also the first Paris Hilton fragrance that came out. So, you know, it's an era now. I mean, man, she's created lots. And I like Paris Hilton. I like the fact that she's a DJ now. I think that's cool. And I heard something else cool about Paris Hilton. I don't know if this is true. You might want to look it up, but I heard that because of her, whatever, outspoken ways, she was disinherited. So she's not actually Paris the heiress. She was disinherited, and she still went on and did all her own stuff, has made her own empire. And I think she's pretty cool. You know, I mean, I've never watched any of her TV shows. I'm not really like that. But her, the person, I think is pretty darn cool. Now this fragrance I do like, except it's got a weird note to it. It's got a weird note to it, and I can't describe it, except it smells like maybe it's rice. It reminds me of rice, the smell of cooked rice. And I love rice, and I don't know why. It kind of wigs me out a little bit. But it is a pretty fragrance, and certainly, you know, a cool one for me to have in my collection. So Paris Hilton. Okay, now we're gonna go. What we're gonna do now is go back. This is one I'm pretty sure you've never heard of. It came out, I don't know how long it was out, but it came out in, I want to say, well, I have the information, but I'm just trying to think, when do I remember it? Because it came out and we sold it in the department store I worked at. But yeah, anyways, I'll just get to it. It is, and this is my mini perfume that I saved, got from my storage unit from all those years ago. Herb Alpert, Listen. You know who Herb Alpert is? Do you remember, were you around for the Luke and Laura days of General Hospital? Do you remember that? Herb Alpert, you know that song that they chose to be Luke and Laura's song, that do you remember that? That's Herb Alpert. Anyways, Herb Alpert decided to come out with his own fragrance called Listen, and it's a beautiful fragrance. I want to say what it reminds me of a lot is it smells like it's got honey notes. Now this one has mostly this one didn't keep as well as my Elizabeth Taylor's Passion, but I still feel like, hey, you know, this is perfume history, and I'm thrilled to have it, and I'm thrilled to tell you about it. Yeah, I always liked it. I always really liked it. It's like a sexy, warm floral. And okay, it came out in 1988. It's considered a chypre. Top notes: bergamot, galbanum, neroli, melon, peach. Mid notes: hyacinth, lily of the valley, ylang ylang, tuberose, jasmine, and rose. Base notes: moss, vetiver, and musk. So, you know, I mean, got a lot of fun ingredients in there. But yeah, Herb Alpert, Listen. Just another unusual one for you. Okay, now the next one. Oh, we're getting close to the final one, and I'm really excited to tell you about the final one. Okay, and this is another one from that amazing star, that beautiful, gorgeous girl who can really dance and who's very entertaining. I like very much. Britney Spears, Britney Radiance. This is a really pretty, happy, youthful, it is. It's pretty, happy, and youthful. And this one came out in 2010. It's considered a floral fruity. Top notes: red berries. They don't say what red berries. They just say red berries. Could be any kind of red berries, because berries in general are red, aren't they? A lot of the time. So they leave you to guess. Mid note, oh, that's the only top note, red berries. Middle note: tuberose, jasmine, African orange flower, and iris. I'd say maybe I smell jasmine and some orange flower in there, and maybe iris too. Maybe those do come through. Base notes: musk, cashmere wood, and amber. I don't really get that. This pretty much stays, it stays like up there in the happy high-end floral tones. Yeah, it is. It's a really pretty one. Britney Spears Radiance, another celebrity fragrance I'm enjoying. Okay, two more, one more, and then the final one that I had something to say about. Okay, I didn't realize I had so many fragrances from this particular person, but turns out I do. Elizabeth Taylor White Diamonds Night. That's a pretty bottle, you think? This one I bought from an online seller, and it came empty. It's broken, actually. But I bought a tester, you know. Testers are a good way to save some money sometimes. And so it leaked all over the box. It was completely gone, but there was a tiny bit in the spray still, and the box still smells like it. Man, if you're looking for a seductive, incensey, warm, dried fruit kind of vibe, this is really nice. It's very unusual. It's deep. You know what? It's deep, sort of. I'm not a fan of like Clinique Aromatics Elixir, or there's that one everyone loves that, can't think of it now. Estee Lauder used to. Okay, this doesn't smell like those. It smells more incensey and more floral, but it's this weird, not weird, it's this warm, close, sensuous, smoky. They used to use the term Oriental to describe fragrances, and we did in the 80s and 90s, and I would say this is what you'd call an Oriental, but they don't do that anymore because it is offensive to some cultures. And you know, I always wondered about that. Do people, you know, do Asian people feel offended by that? And they've basically decided not to use that term too much nowadays in fragrance, and I'm fine with that. I mean, if someone's offended by it, you know, I mean, I don't even know what I am. I'm what, French, English, Irish, Welsh, I don't know. I'm a bunch of stuff. I couldn't even begin to be offended by all those different things that I am. But I do respect anyone's culture, everyone's culture. So, you know, if it doesn't want to be called, people don't want to call it Oriental, they don't have to. But I'm just telling you that what we used to call would be an Oriental, this is like that. But now this is considered it's considered a floral woody musk, you know? Yeah, it's really nice. And it's really unique. It's really unique. Okay, and finally we are here to the last one. I promised you it was gonna be special and unique and unusual, and it is. This celebrity fragrance is the reason I'm wearing this outfit, because this celebrity is famous for leather, and this is not leather, of course, it's pleather. I'm not a leather fan anymore. Used to love those leather jackets, but yeah, so now I'm just keeping it pleather. Oh, I can't let you see it. You wouldn't even recognize it if you did see it. But this lady she's a huge star, a star of movies, a star of television. Like, oh my gosh, when I was a little kid, this lady was on TV and she really mesmerized me. And the outfits she would wear, the Bob Mackie outfits, am I giving it away? I mean, and she was really incredible. And I guess I'll just tell you what it is and then I'll get on with it because I have a lot to say. Cher Uninhibited. Ha 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 ha. See? Now this isn't even real. But what I think is special about this, I do remember what it smells like though. Okay, see this little guy? See on the back it says Factice, dummy. Factice, dummy! They would give you these to put in the case so that you didn't, this was the size of the 1/4 ounce perfume, which was, you know, expensive, like $100 or something. Back in the day, that was the most expensive thing we had, was pure perfume oil, and it never cost much more than $125, unless it was a 1 ounce size, which would cost $250, $300. But not like today. Things cost a lot more today than they used to. But anyhow, I digress again. So this was a Factice, and I guess I held on to it, I guess, after the line was finished, because it only was around for 2 years. I didn't realize that. I thought, why do I have this? Seems like I would have left it there after I left that department store. I think maybe the fragrance came and went while I was there, and nobody cared about this. They probably just were like, get it out. So I kept it, and now I can share it with you, and I'm really glad. So this fragrance, I'm going to talk about the fragrance for a second. I remember it well. It was really unusual. Okay, I'll just tell you some things about it first. It came out in 1987. It was only on the market for 2 years. And this came out 9 days before her 19th album that was called I Found Someone to Take Away the Heartache. Oh, and my favorite, when I used to watch Cher when I was a little kid, was Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. We're hunted from the people of the town. They called us gypsies, tramps, and thieves. But every night all the men would come around and lay their money down. Do you know that song? If you know, please write down below. Anyhow, this fragrance, this was created, the nose for this was Francis Bacchus, who created one other really well-known fragrance, Paloma Picasso. And the top notes in this are bergamot, orange, and aldehydes. The middle notes, heliotrope, ylang ylang, geranium and rose, jasmine and tobacco. The base notes, cedar, musk, sandalwood, vanilla, and vetiver. But I didn't really smell that with this fragrance. This fragrance was so unusual because I remember it having a really, it's very light. I thought they told us originally that it had freesia, but now they're not saying that, so I don't know, maybe my memory is wrong about that. But it does have that light freshness to it. It doesn't smell the way the bottle or the presentation or it's leather and all that. It doesn't smell like that at all. In fact, what it reminds me of is when you open up a can of 7-Up or Coke or Dr. Pepper or whatever, Pepsi, how you smell it. It's like the and you get that? Or you're at a restaurant and you go to the thing and you get you know, a drink for yourself out of the restaurant server thing. There is a real freshness that rises that you smell. You smell about that soda before you drink it. That was really a lot for me of what this fragrance was like. And I can't think of any other fragrances that did that. So really unusual, really pretty fragrance. And something else I want to tell you about this is, okay, see these earrings? When I worked behind the counter at this particular department store where this launched, it was my line. So that just basically means that like see, when you work in a cosmetics department, you'll be tasked to take care of certain fragrance lines, but then you also usually get more commission for those lines when you sell them, or maybe you get all the commission. But what you have to do is you have to keep the books in the store. You have to be responsible for, this is the way it used to be in the 80s and 90s, going to the dock, getting the merchandise that comes in, bringing it, unpacking it, putting it on in the cases, sometimes pricing it. When I first started, we had to price it. Then it came in priced, which is much better. Like, please, like, really, I don't want to do that. You know, I just want to play with perfume and be friendly to people and show them perfume, you know, like, don't make me do that. So I can't even do a cash register very well. I was always the last person. When I would work till closing, like, security would know, like, I don't know why. I would count up the money, I would put it in the bag, I would enter it into the thing, and it would come back, oh no, 10 cents short, or $1 short. I don't know. Math was never my... you know, but I'm great with budgeting. I can really stretch $1, let me tell you. Okay, moving on. But what I want to tell you about these earrings is that I was one of the, you know, I was the line person for Cher Uninhibited at that store, and they gave us, I think they gave us like a black smock kind of thing to wear, and these earrings, they're clips, you know, and they're not like super expensive quality. They don't say Cher on them or anything. They're just a promotional thing. And I just think that it's kind of fun that I kept these and now I can show them to you. Other companies gave us earrings as well. I have a pair of earrings from Givenchy that Givenchy gave us. And I have a pair of earrings from Karl Lagerfeld that were from the launch of the fragrance KL, which has also come and gone. So I'm really glad I kept some of this stuff, and that now I can share it with anybody who cares about perfumes or this particular perfume, you know. Because, I mean, probably no one else bothered to save these, you know. So, what's it smell like? 33 people felt it smells like Cher Eau de Couture. Cher has like 4 other fragrances. I didn't even know. 12 people felt it was like Glamazon from RuPaul. I want to smell that. That sounds fun. 8 people said it smells like Revlon Intimate. Absolutely no. No, no, no. And 5 people felt it smelled like Britney Curious. I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe a little. Yeah, and I also kept the 8x10 of this one, as well as Elizabeth Taylor for Passion. And I've got a picture of it somewhere, and I've got to find it. If I find it, like the Elizabeth Taylor one, I'll put it up here, just so you can see the promotional stuff they gave us. This was a publicity shot from Cher's Uninhibited. I still have it. Publicity shot from the fragrance Cher Uninhibited that they to put on the counter. And also I had a promotional tablecloth from this one too that I couldn't find in my storage unit. I don't think I got rid of it. That doesn't really make sense. The only reason I would have been if I just didn't have the room. And I did have to get rid of some stuff. There was a lot of stuff in there. So let me just see, did I leave anything out? Because I don't want to leave anything out. Oh, it's considered a floral aldehyde. I'm not sure if I said that. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little walk down all my celebrity fragrances, and I hope that you found it interesting. If you did find it interesting, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to participate, I would love for you to participate in any way. Leave a comment down below, any comment about any of these fragrances. Or if you remember Cher Uninhibited, were you around when it came out? Like moi. And do you remember how it smelled and what were your feelings about it? And I hope that I haven't left anything out. Let's see. No, I think I said everything. I found someone to take away the heartache I've been feeling since you've been gone.